and welcome our county exec of Prince George's County, Rashawn Baker III.
You made it through. Can we give Delegate Veronica Turner another round of applause? What a great one. I only wish my mommy was here so she could have heard that long introduction of me and all of the good things that are going on in the county. Well, I am certainly very pleased to be here. This is impressive. You know, if we can, you know, we are so pleased and we are so blessed in Prince George's County to have so many talented individuals represent and serve us. But certainly one of those great talents is the chair of the Maryland Black Caucus, our very own Aisha Brayboy. Can we give her another round of applause? You know, I don't want to get in trouble and say she went to Howard University Law School. Sorry, Darren. No, I am pleased to be here. It is like coming back home. I started my political career here in Annapolis. And one of the first duties you have, and I had great leaders, and you know, like Senator Ulysses Curry and Secretary Senator Gloria Lawler, to tell me the first thing I need to do was pay my dues for the Maryland Black Caucus, which I promptly did. But it was here that I got my start. We are so pleased to have partners. Veronica talked about a number of things that we've done in the county. Let me just say, I know I'm going to talk about health, and I'll do that, and I'll try to be very quick. But one of the things I want to start with, because we have so many of our partners, and this caucus is so important, because it is not just about, Senator Pugh, individual districts. It is not just about Prince George's County or Baltimore City. People like my good friend, Delegate Turner down here from Howard County, and I've worked together. It is about really looking at issues holistically in this state and in this nation. And in making sure that Maryland, and especially African Americans, play a leading role in critical issues. And so for folks like myself who started their career here, we understood that if we were going to change education for Prince George's County or for Baltimore City, then we had to change the way we provide education for the nation. And in order to do that, we had to lead the way. And the organization that made sure we led the way was the Maryland Black Caucus. And I am so pleased. Give yourself a round of applause. So those of us who stand here and we can talk about the things we're doing in Prince George's County, whether it's education or economic development, the lessons I learned, and I say this almost everywhere I go, and I think to my staff ad nauseum, I was blessed to have a very, very good mentor. I'm able to do the things in Prince George's County because when I was a young delegate, and like most first-term young delegates, you know everything, almost like when you're talking to your children. And I knew everything when I got here because I was a badass. I was it. I'd made it, and I came down here to make a difference and to change the world. And I was ready from the moment I stepped here. Darren, I started speaking to delegations day one. And they were like, who the heck is that guy? I did that on the floor also, and I got in an argument with a gentleman who happened to be chair of a committee. And he said, well, you need to, you know, be here a while and listen. I said, well, no, I got to vote just like you. And he said, boy, I don't know how long you're going to be around here. I said, a while. And he kind of chuckled. And as I continued to make mistakes, he said to me one day, he said, why don't you, when I asked to get on his committee, he said, well, you're a special case, so I'm going to have to interview you in order for you to be on my committee. And I said to him, well, the speaker told me I'm going to your committee. He said, I run my committee. So I kind of chuckled. He said, come to my office. And I came to his office, and he said, okay. He said, are you serious about changing things in Prince George's County? And I said, I am. That's why I'm here. He said, well, come back tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, and we're going to meet. I came back the next morning at 8 o'clock, and I walked into his office, and he had me sit on the couch. Then he had other people come into the meeting. But they weren't meeting with me. They were meeting with him. And he continued to converse with those individuals. And I was sitting there, you know me, I had a lot to say, I had a lot of opinions, and they wouldn't include me in the conversation. So I was like, I ain't coming back here. But I came back the next day, and I came back the next day. And over 4 years, I learned how to use power. It's one thing to have power. It's another to use it to get the things that you need for your community. That is what I learned from Pete Rawlins, the chair of appropriations. So if I make any of those good decisions for Prince George's County, it's because I had a member of the Maryland Black Caucus who saw enough in me to teach me. That is what the Maryland Black Caucus does. And so, please. And so, as I talk about the subject of health, and I'm so glad that Aisha has put this at the forefront. One of the things we learned here, thanks to people like Secretary Lawler and others, is that for all too often in Prince George's County, when you talk about the top 3 issues, they have always been public safety, education, maybe economic development, or maybe transportation. That has been it. For the first time in this administration, the top 3 issues are public safety, education, and health. That is not by accident, because it is health that impacts those first 2 issues. Many of the problems that we have found in public safety and people committing crimes and doing things is because of their health and their condition. Many of the issues that we face in dropout and performance in school is because of health. So unless we have access to quality health care, unless we have wellness, unless we understand that, we can't fix those other things. So Prince George's County and the state of Maryland can't be all it can be without having quality health. And so I'm very proud that this administration has worked with the governor's office, has worked with Dimensions, has worked with University of Maryland Medical System, and has worked with you. Because you in the Maryland Black Caucus saw the need to continue to fund health care because health disparities disproportionately affects Prince George's County and Baltimore City. But if we get it right there, at those 2 places, it will help elevate the rest of the state. Without your help, we would not, please, thank you. Yes. Without your help, we would not be able to fund, not a hospital. For the last 16 years, we had talked about building a hospital in Prince George's County. Right. Come next year, we're going to break ground not on a hospital, but a regional health care facility for the southern part of Maryland. Which in essence means that the state of Maryland will lead the way in quality health care for the Washington region in the southern part of the state. That's a big deal. But it also means, because you had the foresight to invest in Prince George's County and to invest in health care, we get a regional health care facility, but we also get economic development, because we're putting that regional health care facility right next to a metro station, so we combine economic development, transit-oriented development, the environment with health care and access to quality life. That's what the Maryland Black Caucus is doing. That's why you're so important, and that's why I'm here. Thank you very much.
If you're Senator Curry, if you can come up. Now, I don't usually do this. Frank Turner, if you can come up as well. I mean, they all they happen to all be members of a very noble fraternity known as Omega Psi Phi. So I thought it was fitting that they join me as I present on behalf of the Legislative Black Caucus of Maryland an acknowledgement for Rashawn Baker for outstanding leadership, commitment, and valuable contributions to the community. And that's on this first day of November 2013. So thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Can we get a picture?
Three guys going right here, please. All right, sir. Look this way for me. You're looking great. You're all looking this way for me, please. Going on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Beautiful.